Today I've got a treat for you. I've been running online leads for now since 2007. So I don't even know how many years that is. But before that, I was in telemarketing. Before real estate, I was in telemarketing, calling and selling ink cartridges, windows, door to door. My whole life is sales. And over the years, I've taken the time to look back to see, well, we've got 150,000 people in our database. We continue to get in online leads. How do we convert at a higher rate? Specifically, those leads that typically are seen as longer term nurture. So Google PPC, Facebook lead ads, and those. And so I came up with a nice little outline for you. I am going to share with you. First, Riley, Washington State. What part of Washington, Riley? Ash, you're in Bakersfield. You're not too far from me. Like a 2.5 hour drive, 2 hour drive. Not bad. Tiffany, what part of Michigan? Doug, Alexandria, Virginia. I love that area. Sunny 70s. It's great there. Patrick, Virginia, Port Orchard. I've never heard of that. It sounds pretty though. And Tiffany, Metro Detroit. You know, Tiffany, we had a Lab Code Agents event there back in 2019. Novi, I think it was Novi. That's where we did it. That was great. Frederickson, Virginia. Nice. All right. I'm going to share something with you. You're all going to get this. Let me first grab the link and then share my screen with you. So what I'm about to share with you is on MindMeister. It's a free software. You can use it for free or you can pay for it. I pay for it because I use it extensively. And now I'm going to share my screen with you to show you what it is, what it does. This is part one of 2 parts of what we're going to go through. It's permission specific listen value. I call this PS Love. It's really converting your online leads that are coming through a system that reminds you of what you're supposed to be doing every time you talk to people. See, before we even get into permission specific listen and value, in every conversation I'm having, I'm always thinking, how am I making the person feel? How am I making them feel? How do they feel when they're talking to me? How do they feel in any type of communication I'm having with them? Texting, calling, emailing, it doesn't matter. And so with that, I'll take you through the conversation. Yes, these expand. All of them expand a lot. We're going to try to keep it as simple as possible, though. And I'm going to take you through a process here. I'm going to come back to this. We're going to go over permission and specific first. And that's just me in conversation. So the lead comes through. And we do this live on Thursdays, so people get to listen into. But let's say the lead comes through on Google PPC. And it's John, and he's coming through and he's looking in Malibu. My first attempt would be calling, texting, calling, and then emailing and so forth. If I get him on the phone, the conversation sounds like this. Hey, John, it's Tristan with so-and-so Realty. You just visited our website. And when I'm saying that, typically people are like, hey, I'm just browsing, Tristan. I'm just looking. Listen, I don't even know who my son clicked on it. My daughter clicked. Who are you? That's what I typically get. And it's normal, just browsing or any of those. And I said, look, John, I'm sorry about that. But listen, now that I have you, here's part one. I'm giving them permission to waste my time. Here it is. John, now that I have you, I don't want to spam you. So tell me what you're looking for. That I don't want to spam you moment interrupts the pattern every time. And we do this live so other people get to watch it. But John, I don't want to spam you. In essence, what I'm saying is, look, I don't even care that you're on our website and you're not going to buy. I just don't want to spam you. Sometimes I'm like, hey, John, listen, I don't want to send you homes that you don't want to take a look at. I want your time on my website to be enjoyable, even if you're just looking. So either one of those, right? That's permission. You're giving them permission. Because then the next thing is, John, I don't want to spam you. Listen, are you looking to be closer to the ocean or up on the hills? Are you looking for a fixer or something to move into? Or you could say, are you looking for a house or are you looking for a townhome? Or one that we use often is I pick two cities and I say, are you looking in Malibu? Are you only looking in Malibu, John? Or are you also open to Pacific Palisades? And then I just shut up and listen. Because if you look at this over here, the key to this is the listen part. And so I'm going to shrink a little bit to show you the permission. A lot of the people here that are coming through are dreaming, and they want to dream without being hassled. But they know that, we're going to any store, they're getting hassled. Do you want to see anything? How can I help you? No, 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 I'm just looking. Right. And the key to allowing them to look without making them feel like you want to close them. Here's the mistake that we always make. We're asking three questions all the time, and it makes them feel pressured. Do you have an agent? Are you pre-approved? When do you want to see the property? Listen, before you get there, you've got to go through this process. You've got to establish some type of relationship with them. They have to have some trust in you. And so for me, when I'm giving that permission to them, then I'm narrowing it down and saying, hey, are you looking for a house or a condo? Fixer, ready to move into, or Malibu or Pacific Palisades. But the other part is sometimes we ask too many questions at one time. So for me, when I ask one question, I just shut up and then I listen right here. And the key to listening is important because then you're able to offer value. A lot of the times, let me stop sharing. Now that I said, are you looking for Malibu or Pacific Palisades? And I'm quiet. And they're like, well, Tristan, I'm looking more in Malibu because of, and then they'll start telling me, it's like, I want to be closer to Pepperdine because my son might be going to Pepperdine next year. I'm like, oh, okay, got it. Are you guys looking for a townhome for him or do you want a house? And they'll be like, well, we're looking initially for a townhome, but we're looking at the HOA is super high. I'm like, got it. So you're probably looking for more of a house. Now, does it have to be close to Pepperdine? And like, well, we'd like for it to be, see how I'm following that? I'm listening and I'm offering value based on what they're saying. Now, I'm also looking for one opportunity to give them more value because when you look at this right over here, I'm going to shrink this. When you look at this, the bottom three is a little circle. So it goes, if you expand all of them, you'll see the other big circles. But once you get to the bottom and you're saying, oh yeah, tell me more about that, right? And then they tell you more about that. You're asking specific questions like, do you want to be closer to Pepperdine or are you okay being further out? Or, right? They're like, well, we want to be closer. Great. I'll shut up and listen. And I'll say, got it. Well, here are the things. And that's my opportunity to give value. Saying, well, listen, if you're further away from Pepperdine, maybe more inland towards Westlake Village, Agora Hills, the prices will be a little bit less. And it's not too far. You're probably looking at about a 10, 15-minute drive. So now I'm giving value. But if you want to stick to Pepperdine and you want to be in Malibu, then obviously you're looking at higher price points, but you're also looking at property values going up more, typically over the years. Now that gave me the opportunity to give them value. See, a lot of the times we don't have that opportunity because we're trying to go for when are you looking to see homes? Are you pre-approved? And do you have a real estate agent? And those are all the wrong questions at the wrong time. So you've got to give yourself an opportunity to be able to get to those questions. See, a lot of us don't do that. Let me go back over here and explain. So once you're on the value section, you're going to go back and say, well, tell me more, right? Now that I've told you this, do you want to be in Agora Hills? Do you want to be in Malibu? Where? depending on where you want to be to Pepperdine. Well, they're like, Tristan, now they're going to say, well, since you got specific, they're going to be like, hey, well, we only have, and we have high price points. So we only have 1.5 million. Where do you think we can get the most bang for our buck? Right. And then I'm going to narrow it down and say, now that I listened, I'm going to give them value. And say, all right, I got this. Let me do one thing for you, John. I'm going to, and before I hang up, this is what I typically do. I give them two things. One, John, I'm going to give you my phone number. This is my cell phone number, but I'll text you so you have it. Number two is, since this is your first time coming into the area, I'm going to break down the areas for you on multiple PDFs. I'll send you one that gives you a better idea of what Malibu looks like and the Pepperdine area, what homes are around here, so you know how far things are from Pepperdine University. And you let me know what you think of that. I'll probably call you tomorrow on that. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send you properties both in Agora Hills and around Pepperdine and Malibu. So you can see the price difference, the HOA difference, and then I'll tell you how far those properties are from Pepperdine for your son. And then I just say, hey, what do you think of that? And they're like, oh, great, thank you so much. And then I give them that. If I feel at any point in that conversation that I can ask, so tell me more about your search. Have you been out here lately? Have you taken a look at property? Which I'm getting at, which is, do you have a real estate agent? And they'll say, well, look, we haven't been out here. Or yeah, we have. The last time we went there, we went through open houses. It's in how you ask the questions, because no one wants to be interrogated. They want to feel like you're actually helping them. And the way they feel like you're helping them, because I'm asking questions that bring that out, is asking either or questions so that it allows you to connect with them more. It allows you to have them answer questions that are beneficial to them. And then it gives you the ability to shut up and listen. Say, got it. I understand you a little bit more. What about this? Oh, got it. I understand a little bit more. What about this? Oh, well, that makes sense. Well, let me tell you about that. And what do you think about this? And at no point are you bringing up money. Are you working with an agent, or do you want to see homes? You know why? Because the better questions you ask, that comes out on its own. It always does. This is why we continue to close our best closings outside of referrals and past clients, our online leads. We had one over the weekend, not this weekend, last weekend. Susan came through, Google PPC lead. We connected by text, gave her a call, and they don't usually close this fast. I mean, go into under contract this fast, but within 4 days, we put her under contract, 5.7 million, Google PPC, Santa Monica. That's crazy. But again, we let them talk. She booked the appointment on her own. She's like, yeah, I want to see it at this time. I don't have an agent, through the conversation, because we let it happen naturally. So when you're looking at this, I want you to try to go through giving people the permission to waste your time, which is the total opposite of what we're taught, right? But remember, everyone's dreaming. You're allowing them to dream. You're giving them permission and saying, hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Tell me more about that. And let me make your dreams a little bit better. Are you looking here or there? Are you going to get specific? And then you're going to just listen to them. What do they want? And then you're going to dig deeper on what they want, because that's how you'll be able to offer value. Are any questions on that before I go to the next one? You need any clarity? You need me to expand on anything? If you walked in late, we did put a little Google Doc, actually not a Google Doc, it's a MindMeister map for PSLV. Our whole team uses that one. All right, going once, going twice. I'm going to shift over to something else for you, which you're going to love because it's working for us. Let me grab it before I share the screen with you. All right, good. No questions. That right there is the Google Doc, and it has 6 different approaches to our database. And I put them in order from what's working best right now to what's still working at the bottom but I'm telling you, the one at the top is definitely the better one. And I made an acronym out of it so that I could remember it. I made this for me and my team, and now I'm sharing it with you because it works. We actually share this with our coaching clients as well in a group setting, and it works. So let me know that you can open the Google Doc. Wait, I see you guys on it. Yeah, you can open it. Let's go over this together. And if you've got questions, pause me, put it in the chat. Let me know. I want to go over the first one right there so I can show you how that rolls and how it's working. And then I want to go over, I think the last one, those two. And then if we've got time, I'll go over a middle one. But to start, this is the one. This one we tweaked right when the settlement came out, March 15th, March 13th. I don't remember when the whole announcement of that settlement, the proposed settlement thing came out. Well, I'm like, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity for us to explain it to our clients. Our clients seem to have a problem with it, or they don't understand it. They don't know what's happening, or they think they do. But more importantly, I can approach it in a way that's kind of to say, hey, what's up with real estate? And then hear them out, because I'm always thinking one thing. What am I thinking? How am I making them feel? And so if we apply that here, it starts with this. And remember, this is for my core past clients and my core sphere. Let me stop sharing really quick just to be clear. This is for people that know me by name, that if they saw me at a supermarket, they would stop me or at least wave at me. These are for people that we know and that know us. So the relationship is a little bit different. You all have these people, they're probably on your phone. So I would identify who they are on Follow Up Boss and categorize them or tag them and say, hey, I've got them. They're my A's and my B's. Or put a little tag, past sphere, whatever it is. Now I'm looking at this because they are my core past clients, core sphere. It's a simple text. Let's use John again. And then I'd say, hey, John, I have a real estate question for you. For a change, let me know if you've got 5 minutes. And I typically put a little emoji there. And the response I get every single time, two types of responses. One is, yeah, call me right now, or call me. Or the other one is, I can't right now, but can you talk later? Those are the two. Why? It's my core past clients, core sphere, of course. And then when I get them on the phone, here's how it rolls. And this is why it's been the best, and I'll take you through it. I say, hey, John, I've got a question about real estate for you, man. It's a little different this time, but I'm calling all our past clients and my close friends. And I just want to know one thing. What do you think about everything that's going on in the real estate world right now? Notice the verbiage on that. It's very open. I'm not being specific about anything, just that it has to do with real estate. And this is really good because we cover so many different markets and so many different demographics that when I ask this question, I get a lot of different responses, but they hover around three. So if I say, hey, John, what do you think about everything that's going on in the real estate world right now? Here's what's happening. Tristan, do you mean the real estate market with housing? That's one. Tristan, do you mean the whole commission thing that I keep on hearing on the news? Two. Three is, Tristan, do you mean this or that? And they give me two things. And they need clarity. And so whatever they choose, I don't care what it is, as long as it has to do with real estate. I say, yeah, tell me more about that. And then I just shut up and listen. And I'll tell you, the conversations have been so amazing for one reason, which I'm getting to. But when they say things like, Tristan, yeah, listen, the market, when I say that, yeah, the market, they're like, yeah, the market's kind of tough, man. I expected it to be lower, but prices keep on going up in our area. Prices keep on going up. I don't understand how rates keep going up and the market keeps going up. And then they tell me what they're telling me. And this is the magic right here. You ready? Because I want you to use this. The magic is this. Tristan, what do you think? I don't know about you, but when I've called people in the past and I've tried to force them to listen to me about real estate and the market and everything, it's the wrong timing. But now, because I listened to them and I made them feel significant, like what they had to say matters because it matters to me. Now they go around and say, well, Tristan, what do you think? And it happens every time. That's powerful because then I get to tell them what I think about our area based on the knowledge that I have and the market expertise. And then they're listening. And then they ask more questions. And then the cool part is it goes off on a tangent. They'll tell me about their cousin. They'll tell me how they want to move, but they're not sure. They'll tell me about the other property they have. They'll tell me about something real estate related because now they're really listening. See, this is why for us, it's been the number one thing to get more business just in the last few weeks. This script right here will change your business if you use it in calling your core past clients in core sphere. We're watching it happen. Now, let's skip to the bottom one, unless you have some questions. Any questions, comments, concerns, variations? Going once, going twice. If not, we'll go to the bottom one. Good. All right. And look, if you have questions, put it in the chat, put it in the Q&A. Last one. This one we've been using for a very long time. So back in when I was consulting Facebook and Instagram, I came up with a formula called LCM. I came up with the formula for Facebook and for Instagram, and then I applied it to our personal business in real estate, and it worked incredibly well. The essence of it is you go on social and you like, comment, message routinely for those people that you're following and are following you back. Now, the difference to this one is when you go on social, I'm going to stop sharing. When you go on social and you're scrolling through, and let's use John again. You know what? Let's use somebody here. Tiffany, I'm going to pick on you. Let's say I'm scrolling through and I see Tiffany on Facebook and we happen to be friends. And I'm like, oh, cool. Let's say you're eating and it's a cool pizza place. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, comment. And then instead of messaging you in the app, because you posted on the app, and I typically would, I'm going to do something different. And I'm going to actually text you. And I'm going to, since I have your phone number, you're my core sphere, core past clients, I'm going to be like, Tiffany, I'm going to grab a picture, snap that picture from Facebook, use it as the picture here. And I'm going to text him and say, hey, Tiffany, the pizza looks amazing. Where the hell is this? Or, okay, Tiffany, I'm going there. What should I order? And I put the picture of it. And now I start all of these different conversations that came from social through like, comment, message, but I bring it into where they're typically at, and that's text. And it adds a different dimension because why would people be posting to social media typically? Well, they want things to be liked. And how are you making them feel by liking things? By making them feel like they matter. That's important. See, all of the things that we do in these long-term nurtures, in connecting with people deeper, in PSLV, in everything that we do, we're always thinking, how are we making people feel? Because that's all they're going to remember. They're going to remember how we made them feel. And it's important that they feel that we think they're important, that we think they're significant, that they matter, because they do. And so in the things that you do, when you're reading through this, when you're saying, hey, which one am I going to do? Which one am I going to apply? How am I going to approach this? You're always thinking, how am I making people feel? And sometimes skipping all this, the PSLV and the Google Doc, sometimes it comes down to your energy. Sometimes it comes down to you feeling grumpy. Sometimes it comes down to you probably need a break. You probably need to eat. You probably need to drink more coffee, maybe, I don't know. But people can hear the tone. People can hear it, even if they can't see you. Because I can tell you, people can read it sometimes when you're texting. You're like, oh, that person sounds angry. So as you're going through this, as you're reading it and trying to internalize it, I don't know that it'll happen on the first or second try, but as you get better at it and internalize it, just remember it all comes down to you. It comes down to how you're saying it, how you're doing it. All right. That's all I've got for you today. Any questions, any comments, any concerns? Was everyone able to grab those links? I need a yes in the chat, yes or a no. Do you want me to put it back in there? Gina, you got it. Riley, thank you. Anybody else? Any big ahas? Anything that you're going to use on either of these sheets? Let me know. Doug, thank you. I always appreciate you showing up too. Thank you. Ash, what did you think? Tiffany, thanks for participating, even though I couldn't hear you. I know you might have been talking back to me. All right, we're good. Try these. Let me know. Message me on Facebook. Put it up on Follow Up Boss. But just please use them. These things are working to get business because that's what we're here for. We want to close transactions. This does it. Have an awesome Monday, everyone.